Good Saturday morning, YouTube model car community. Pappy here at West Georgia Rods and Customs. Welcome to another edition of What's on Pappy's Bench. We're going to get started with some shop cards this morning, and we'll linger over, move back to this old split window Corvette that I got out right here. So let's get started off first with this gentleman right here. This is a good buddy of ours that's been in the community for a while at Ground Zero Customs. Big Eddie 1231. He does a lot of content on his channel. He comments all the time on everybody's builds, whether you're doing updates, finals, or what have you. But always awesome to see what he's got on his bench, or to see what he's got in his stash. I always like to see that. He's got a great big stash of model car kits. I ain't gonna say where they're at, but let's just say I am impressed with what he has. But if y'all aren't subscribed to Big Eddie 1231 at Ground Zero Customs, get subscribed to him. I'll drop a link in down below in the descriptions, and should just tell him Pappy sent you over to visit his channel. Next up on the old table here is Matthew over at Model Car Art. Man, I tell you what, Matthew, we always get together with him down at the JacksCon show. He and his wife, they're always there. I love seeing the detail that he puts into his cars. Just recently saw a video that he did a video not too long ago. He took a little hiatus, which is well deserved. If you see the amount of detail that he puts into his cars and his trucks that he builds, you'll see why he took a little hiatus. Man, he throws the detail. Paint jobs are phenomenal, and he's just fun to be around when he comes up to the shows. We're always cutting up with him and just having a great time. But good to see you back posting again, Matthew. We look forward to more content on your channel, and we'll be seeing you here pretty soon. He's also on Instagram as well as on YouTube. So see Matthew over at Model Car Art. And next up on the old platform here is a great friend of mine. We call him Santa Monty, but he works out of the county model shop. He's on YouTube. This is my good friend Monty Davis. If you haven't subscribed to Monty, if you're not subscribed to Santa Monty, shame on you. You'll get coal in your Christmas stocking. You won't get model kits this year. But Monty, I've known Monty for a long time now. When I first got into YouTube, he was starting to build a lot. He was getting into modeling, but he was also starting to get out of model trains. And he and I, we met. I think the first time that we met, gosh, it was so long ago. I think we met at Acme one year. And then each time we go to different shows. We go to Acme a lot. We go down to we go over to Anniston, the Atlanta Con show a lot. Man, it's just fun to get to know Monty, but to see the level of his work. He just recently finished up 2 Pro Street. He didn't do 1; he did 2 Pro Street builds for the 2022 Pro Street group build that Dylan over at NYS Modeling host each year. So, but get by over at the county Monty at the county model shop. Monty at the county model shop. There we go. Got too many aunties. Let's just say Santa Monty. That's a little bit better. Hey, Santa Monty, make sure I get a lot of kits this year. Anyhow, stop by and tell him Pappy sent you and get subscribed to him. Let's pull all this out of the way and we'll get started on this old bill. This is one of the first Pro Streets. When I got back into the hobby again, I had this one in my stash. This was when my stash was a little bit smaller. I remember the first one that I had, first Pro Street that I did was the Chevy 2. And I went through, man, I changed that one up several times as far as in color. This one right here, I would get started on it and just put it away. And finally, I was to the point where I was about ready just to give up and quit modeling. And, but paint on this one is not as it's shiny, but it's not one that I would sit down on a table and try to show. But I was learning more about, more painting tips and techniques, in modeling. I didn't use panel liner or anything, but this is one of the builds that I like to sit and look at and go, wow, it's fun, but it shows you how much when you stay in the hobby and just learn from your mistakes, what you can do. And this is just one that I look at. I go, it's not the greatest, but it's not the worst. But I really I like to set it beside some of the newer Pro Streets and just look at it and go, okay, well, I've learned a lot, and I'm proud of you, and I'm proud of this build. So, but this is the kit right here. Excuse my old hand right here. This is the little. This is the AMT 63 Corvette split window. This is what started this kit. As far as doing Pro Streets, I always like the stance on these, and I like the body of these cars, but I like the stance that I tried to achieve right here with this one. I always like when AMT sends these little box kits out with them. Once I finish the build, I always like to fold them up and put them either beside or I got actually a shelf full of these little boxes up here, but this is the little mini kit box art that comes with it. They're fun to do. I'll cut them out. When I ain't got nothing to do, I'll just pull one out of the drawer and cut it out and fold it up and build it. But let's get this out of the way. Let's talk about the car. I'm trying to remember a lot about this one. This is an older kit that I built a long time ago. So let's start turning it around. I'm pretty sure that the engine, if I ain't mistaken, this is a engine out of I want to say a Revell kit that I had, and I just built it up. Of course, yes, it is a big block. This is kind of the inspiration of when I do a Pro Street build, that I put big block engines in each build. So this was kind of the stepping stone of each build that comes out of West Georgia Rods and Custom that gets a big block engine. I did do some detail wiring on it. If I remember correctly, I think, yep, that's a distributor that I built. Just kind of haphazardly fabricated it and stuck it down in there. Just a little bit of detailing as far as detail painting. I'm gonna tell y'all a little secret right here. Yep, I did put a set of exhaust manifolds on it, but I'll show you a little secret up under it. This one is living its life as a shelf queen. So let's keep spinning it on around. As you look at it, I didn't do any panel line accents around the doors or anything like that. I did use a Sharpie. This was some of the first attempts I did with a Sharpie on window trim, and just kind of did some tried to do some detail back here on that Corvette emblem. It just sucked. So I just kind of did it as best as I could. The tires and the wheels, if I'm not mistaken, is off of yep, that's them. That's a set of the Pro Street tires and wheels off of the 67 Chevelle, if I remember correctly. Let's flip it over. Let's get the hood out of the way. This is just a flat black paint job. Gloss black paint job. Painted the rear end red. That's about it. What I was going to tell y'all a little bit earlier was look below there, and if you notice anything about there's no exhaust system. I just ran the exhaust manifold from the block and didn't even run any. Didn't even dare to try to run any tubing or anything like that. Didn't know a whole lot about it back then. But, who's say? I might just take this kit one day and build another one. I may even take this kit right here and do a little bit of detail painting or maybe do some Panaline accents, things like that. Might even try to put some exhaust on it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what brings the next day. This kit had the molded in exhaust, and if you notice, I just cut the. I just took an X-Acto and trimmed out a lot of where the molded in exhaust was at, and that was about it. Painted the floor pan black, and we went with it from there. But it's lived its life as a shelf queen. Let me put this the bonnet back on, and of course it's not going to line up. There it goes. But that's how it sits now. It just lives its life in one of the containers that I've got up here full of models how I display them. But let's just leave it right there. Let y'all enjoy that, and we'll call this episode of What's on Pappy's Bench done. If y'all aren't subscribed to any of the 3 awesome builders that has sent me shop cards in this edition, I'll put a link down below. Tell them that Pappy sent you. All right, folks, hope you get some well-deserved rest, some bench time this weekend. Remember what I always say, if you can dream it, build it. God bless y'all. Pappy out of here.